What's up, and welcome to 2024. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about a lot of plane drama. There's been a lot of stuff going on in planes, parts of planes being, just flown off in the middle of flights, and people going places they weren't supposed to. So we're going to talk a lot of planes. And also, we have an abbreviated scrambled menu because Chris is busy. I don't know why. He's busy doing shit. And so he's going to be leaving us. So we're going to be going all over the place. We're going to music early, chess, beer, all the things. It's going to be the Brunch Breakdown. Just a little, weird, but
I'm here though.
Us. Chris is here though.
That's true.
And that's what we like.
And this was important for me to be here because I feel like I don't know the tally, but I feel like I'm developing a little bit of like a streak.
Okay. Okay.
Like two is a trend.
Okay.
3 is like you're streaking a little bit, but then like I feel like I'm at like 4 or 5, maybe 6 in a row. So
it's true.
Pretty proud of this progress, boys. I feel like Steel City Dan over here. Perfect attendance. Right. So far in 2024, perfect attendance.
I was gonna say, off to the new year, new start. You're
new
perfect.
me.
You're perfect. New you. Look at that.
Yeah. New year, new me. Until next week. All right. Dan, let everybody know where we can find the Brunch Breakdown.
Yeah, over under. Chris makes more or less episodes in 2024 than he did in 2023.
That's a good bet.
At
That's
Brunch
a good
Breakdown. Of course. But you can find, if you're new to us too, in 2024, discovering us this year, whether right now, the first week of January, or maybe you're catching up down the road, welcome to the Brunch Breakdown, the nation's first and only cross-country pop culture mixed scramble menu podcast.
Let's
in
go.
history. And here we are. Thank you for finding us. And of course, you can find us anywhere podcasts are available, just simply by searching Brunch Breakdown. Just hit follow or subscribe, though, wherever you are. Then the new episode that comes out, boom, comes right to you. Each and every Wednesday, we've got new episodes. Leave us a review while you're there, if you can as well. We sincerely appreciate that. We also have full video episodes. You can see our lovely faces each and every week as well. Those air on YouTube and Facebook. They premiere also on Wednesday, but noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. But of course, you can watch any on demand anytime you want to watch after that. We're everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, Threads, Thriller, TikTok. Did I say Treads? It said Treads, Thriller. It's Threads and Triller and TikTok. Okay. And yeah, that's where the brunch bites are. Thriller. I don't know.
I'd rather be on Treads than any of those places
Treads
you
and
mentioned.
Thriller. Let's find us there. I guess we'll start a new social media and then we'll just confuse everybody. Great SEO in that. A lot of autocorrect, if you will. And of course, we give you music every week and we put it into a beautiful little playlist. We call it the Sounds of Brunch. You can find that exclusively on Spotify, updated each and every Friday. We keep what was on there from last week. We put on the new stuff this week. All of our songs of the year to wrap up 2023 and things like that are sitting there right now. So find that, find the new, enjoy, and welcome.
Beautiful. Well, boys, before we get into our normal things, it's the new year. I just want to know, what's something that you want to do for fun in 2024? And the reason I say for fun specifically is because I feel like New Year's resolutions have become a drag. I don't know why it's like everything's got to be so serious, and I get it, and it's fine. Like if you want to get the promotion at your job, that's your resolution. You want to work harder, you want to lose like 2 pounds a month or something like that. That's fine. But like, some of those things you might not accomplish, and it might not exactly be your fault that you didn't do it. So I'm like, what do you want to do for fun in 2024? I know for me, I want to leave the country. Like, I want to leave the country at some point in 2024.
Canada.
Dude, some way. I don't know if that's Vancouver's right up there.
Go check on the wildfires, man.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but it's something that I know I want to do in 2024. And I have my sight set on doing that at some point. I don't know if it's going to be in April or December or whenever, but I want to do that in 2024.
I like that. That's a good one. I was lucky enough to do that last year. That was on my fun resolution list last year, was the trip to London. So I'm with you. That's a good one. Chris, you could use a little fun in your life. You got anything?
Yeah, like I went at this two ways: basic or big time. Okay.
Enhanced.
Enhance. Um, and like there are some things that you just there's some fun that's limited or like at times non-existent when you have so many young kids, right? And some of the fun things I want to get back to doing this year is just like date night with the wife, like on a regular, consistent type of deal. I would love to do that. I think it would be so much fun to like watch an entire hockey game. I think it'd be lots of fun. I think would be a joy. So like I want to get back to some of those just like things you do in the evening like a normal person. I think that would be great. But beyond that, I don't know if I'm misremembering like Roger Clemens, but I don't think I had like a hang session with my boys, whether it be you guys, whether it be like the high school crew, the college crew. Like I need some of that back. I need some of that back. And I think we have a friend, Pete, who's getting married, and I'm hoping there's gonna be some type of bachelor boys wine weekend happening for that shindig. But like even if it's not that, like meeting of the dumbass minds for like a few beers over the course of a day or 2 days, I think would be wonderful to do. And it's early, it's January. So like we have, now's the time. Now's the time to start figuring that out. But I think that would be a lot of fun.
It also sounds like your New Year's resolution is to find a babysitter. I can give you tips on that offline. I can give you some tips. Best way to find a babysitter, your daycare. Best way.
Yeah, that's a good
Best
one.
way. Because
that's a good
everybody in the teaching profession of any kind is always looking to make extra bucks. That's all I'm saying. Easiest way.
There you
I
go.
like that.
I like
Yep.
that. I like that.
Always good.
I like that resolution for you, Chris. And it's kind of along the same ones that I had, kind of two directions as well. Piggybacking off of you, I'd like to spend more than 2 hours together with the two of you in person. I know that was a joy and an honor when we got to do that, or at the, towards the end of 2023, but it'd be nice, if somehow, some way the three of us could spend, a little bit of time together in person, would be great. So that's one, that's a fun one. And then tell you what, man, it's something that's always, I don't call it a resolution. It's always been like something I've wanted to just get back into more. I need to play some more music this year myself. There's a keyboard behind me. I've got a ukulele off to my left. I've got a drum set downstairs, and they just kind of sit there idly.
That's all you need.
I've got everything for a band except the band. And they just sit by idly. I want to learn how to play a song on the ukulele from start to finish. I just want to, not super easy to find free time to just sit down and do that stuff, but I would very much like to make that a goal of mine this year.
I don't know why ukulele made me laugh so hard. I just didn't
I was like,
expect you to say
what
ukulele over here.
Yeah, right there. Ukulele.
Well, you know what? It's time to get things off our chests. Chris, get off your chest, man. What you got?
All right. I feel very, very strongly about what I'm about to say. So I appreciate the opportunity here to do so. It's great to have a podcast like this to get important things off our chest. And Dee Dee's Stanley mug looking at me on camera is going to fuel this, because I really think 2024 needs to be the year where we stop gifting each other cups. It has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. And let me preface this by saying to everybody that got me a Stanley or a coffee travel mug, I appreciate it. They're all wonderful. And the ones that I got this year, I'm going to be using this year. But the problem is I have 75 of them already in my cabinet, to the point where like every time we open the one cabinet that has all of the like travel coffee mugs in it, they all fall out and make an unbelievable sound, and the tops fall and just spill all over the floor. I don't know why we don't just like throw them away. I feel like it feels weird to throw them away because they're so like robust and sturdy, and it feels wrong to like, somebody could use that metal for something. I don't know. It feels wrong to just throw it in the trash. So we don't throw it in the trash and we keep it. But the problem is also that the mugs every year just get bigger. Every year just get bigger. Okay. So like I don't have enough space, and I don't think anybody else has enough space. Why do we keep buying these things for each other? We all need to understand that we're all in the same position here, and just like pick a different thing in 2024. Thank you for your time.
I love it.
Amen. Amen. And word for word, yes. Yes, 100% yes. And for me, even, Chris, some of the ways that I get these random assortment, size, and shape of mugs is for work. Part of what I do is I'm responsible for branding and a lot of promotional stuff. So there's one company in particular that basically, when you place one order or two per year, they will send you a free box of shit every 2 weeks for the rest of the year. So at work, every 2 weeks, I get 3 promotional items for free that just get sent to me. And half of those boxes usually contain some sort of tumbler, mug, or something or the other. And I keep bringing them home. And my wife's like, where are we going to put this? We don't need another one. But I don't know what else to do with it. But we need to stop. I agree.
I love it. And as somebody who, I have the same problem. I can't find the lids to most of my cups. Like, this is not the right Stanley Cup mug, like, lid to the one. Like, the one for this should be purple. This is I don't know where it is. I don't know where it's at. Like, couldn't find my mug that goes with this top, but I found hers with my top.
There you go.
It's ridiculous. Like, all of our coffee cups, we don't know what tops go to them. We don't know where they're at. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's arguably the biggest problem in our country. And we have an election this year, and that will be one of the things I expect to be addressed. We'll see.
Okay. I like that. All right. So I'm going to get this off my chest. Guys, let people be happy in 2024, because like Chris just talked about, we've got an election coming up. Soon it's going to be Super Tuesday. We're like 2 months away from Super Tuesday, something like that. I know it's March something. Yeah. And we're basically just heading down the road of what's basically 2020, the sequel. That's what we're going for, guys. That's what we're all going for. And it's all going to suck, and it's going to be terrible. And you're not going to want to be around family members or whatever. It's all going to be awful. So let people be happy. People want to spend $40 on a Stanley Cup. Let them do it, guys. I don't know why people are so angry about it. I don't get it. You want to stand outside of Target trying to get something? Go do it. Do whatever makes you happy. I don't care what it is. You want to go buy Garth Brooks's 7-disc box set from Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's? Go do it, folks. Like, I'm not going to hate on anything you decide to do for fun or be happy in 2024, because I'm telling you, by summer, dude, it's going to be a shit show, and it's going to be awful. And good God, the fact that I skipped going home last year was a big mistake, because I'm going to go home this year, and it's going to be a lot. And I am just already dreading going home in the summer, because I just get a headache thinking about it. So, guys, just let people be happy in 2024. We can go back to hating on each other in 2025. 2024, just let people do what they want for fun, because it's all going to go to shit very soon.
Yeah, like, I wish we would have had this conversation about, I don't know, 7 weeks ago, and just warned people, like, enjoy Thanksgiving this year, because you won't next year.
Oh, yeah. That's a good call.
Right?
That was the most enjoyable Thanksgiving you're going to have.
Yeah. Just think about it. Go, stay long. Go see everybody that I don't want to go there. Just go. Because next year you're not going to want to see anybody or go anywhere or do anything.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm fully regretting. Like, I should have forced the trip home last year. And instead, yep. Dan, get it off your chest.
Happy to. I first want to start my chess segment, boys, by asking you both a question to think about here in the next few minutes. Maybe ironically, it has something to do with this we were just talking about, but maybe in a more typical year, what is your least favorite day of the year? Okay, give you like a couple of examples what it could be. Maybe it's like the first day of winter, like in December, the winter solstice, where it's like the shortest day of the year, right? Maybe it's what we just kind of went through. Maybe it's January 2nd, right? After New Year's, it's kind of the first day back to work after a night of partying. It's right back to it. Maybe it's the Monday after the Super Bowl because you love football and football season then becomes over in the off season, and then your Sundays are lost until August. Or maybe it's like Labor Day, the day after Labor Day, the unofficial like end to summer. So kind of think about that. Maybe it's something to do with your life personally, or maybe there's a date each and every year. Like, no, hate this day. For me, I will tell you, it's December 26th. Okay, the day after Christmas. And I, like most people, love the holiday season. And for me and a lot of people, again, it really begins like after Halloween. You build up to Thanksgiving in November, all the way through till Christmas Day. You've got the lights, you've got the decorations, you've got the Christmas music, lots of family time. Maybe not so much in 2024, but lots of family time. But on December 26th, it all kind of comes to this crashing halt. And for most people, it's also the first day back to work after a couple of days off. And it just seems weird and off to go from like one of the bigger, grander holidays of the year to boom, right back being in the office the very next day. I always take the day off or even a couple days off after Christmas because nobody wants to be working then. It's typically slow in a lot of areas and a lot of fields, right? But do you know who fixed this problem long time ago? Shout out to England, man. Shout out to England. Okay. And let me tell you why. All the way back in Queen Victoria's days, they'd established Boxing Day. Okay. Maybe if that's familiar, that term, Boxing Day, and probably never knew what it was about. And I'm not here to tell you what it's about. There are mixed reports on its like original meaning, about like donating or giving people the extra day off after Christmas. Yeah, unfortunately, not a whole lot to do with the sport of boxing.
It's when you fight each other after the holidays.
When you fight your families after the holidays, now that they're over, you don't have to be nice to each other anymore. But regardless, it's a national holiday in England and in many Commonwealth nations, like including Canada. They celebrate Boxing Day in Canada. It's a national holiday. It's a government holiday. And I realized we revolutionized against England a long time ago. We should have at least kept the idea of Boxing Day. Christmas is great, you know, for a day with family and friends and food and gift giving and all that stuff. But I think we can all agree that we all need a day after that to kind of come down from all that, relax a bit, and maybe not as much time with family, kind of settle down before we dive right back into the work and the chaos and the Christmas decorations come down. It just sucks the life out of everything. This is the worst time of the year. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to look forward to. The lights are all down. It's dreary. It's cold. The days are dark and short, and it all starts on December 26th. So, boys, I give you that, and now I'm curious. Your least favorite day of the year for both of you?
Oh, this is easy for me. My birthday when it doesn't fall on a weekend.
Okay.
So honestly, it's the most annoying thing in the world because like I am a person who's like, I celebrate my birthday in my head or to be like whatever weekend that is. That's when my birthday is.
Yeah.
So whether it's the weekend before or the weekend after, that's my birthday. So I just can't stand getting all the messages. Oh, what are you doing for your birthday? Oh man, happy birthday, blah, 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 on Wednesday. Nothing. I'm an adult with 3 kids. I'm doing nothing on Wednesday, February 18th. Now, the 21st, let's go. Wednesday, I'm not. I just can't stand it because I'm like, guys, like I don't care. Like I'm 39. I don't care about the birthday thing, you know, on a Wednesday. But, you know, Saturday, hit me up. Give me all of it. So Saturdays and Sundays, it's kind of like, you know, if I'm a leap year kid or something like that. Treat me like that. Treat my birthday. If it's on a Saturday or Sunday, hit me up. Or Friday, hit me up. But no. Not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Please don't.
Okay. Good answer.
All right. All right. Yeah, well, I mean, my mind did kind of go to the whole like when football's over thing. My mind also went to like when baseball's the only thing. But then it's summer, so like there's a saving grace there. I think February is just the most dog shit month. Like, why? Let's just skip it. What's the point? But I think what I landed on is the day after my birthday. Because my birthday is the day after St. Patrick's Day. So it's always been like a kind of a combined celebration there. I've always loved that. But then like also on your birthday is the time where like you hear from so many people, right? And it's often the time where you hear from a lot of people that like you don't otherwise hear from. People kind of come out of the woodwork to say happy birthday, which is really nice, really special. But then the day after it, I always kind of get this like really bummed out feeling because I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not going to hear from any of those people again until next year, you know?
Yeah.
or like and it's a two-way street. Like it's me, it's them and it's me. Right. But it's just like, damn, like that was a lot of fun catching up with people. And then like, fuck, wait, it's not going to happen again until next year. So I think it's the day after my birthday. I think it's a big letdown. Now I will say, did a little bit of research while you guys were talking. I Googled the most hated day of the year and I found that there's a day called Blue Monday and it's coming up. Blue Monday is the name given to a day in January, typically the third Monday of the month. And it's said by Sky Travel to be the most depressing day of the year. It was first announced Blue Monday in 2005. Now, they say they use like an equation to calculate and figure out what was the most hated day of the year. I haven't had time to dig into why, but like a lot of these search results mention Blue Monday. So it's coming up. We all need to support each other.
Is it because is it like because it's like the last of the holidays for like a while? Like you really don't have another holiday until whenever Easter falls this year.
I do think it has something to do with the holidays, because it's something about like the formula or the equation they used like factored in proximity to the holidays. So yeah, I do think that that's part of it.
Yeah, because it's like after Martin Luther King Day, like, you know, depending on where you work, like President's Day is not like a real holiday for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, and depending on when Easter falls, you could be waiting until like mid-April until you get a release.
Yeah. Ooh,
maybe
interesting.
That's interesting.
Interesting.
So with all of this information, we're in it right now.
Yeah.
We're in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. Boxing Day, people. Boxing Day. Let's go.
Yeah, let's just beat the shit out of each other and feel better. Come on.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, let's get into Brews Day. What are we sipping on this week? Chris, hit it. What are you sipping on?
I have absolutely nothing. So that's quick. Sorry, boys. I got nothing.
Quickest Brews Day in history.
Quickest Brews Day. And you know what? For me, honestly, I've been drinking a lot of Mexican Coke lately. It's Coke with real sugar. It's amazing. It's the best. And at Costco, you can buy it like 24. You can buy a 24 pack of it, which is very dangerous. Really, because I don't really like having a lot of it at my house. So that's the reason why I've been drinking it a lot. And I just need to get rid of it. It's bad for you. It's really bad for you. But it's the best goddamn Coke in the world. So shouts to Mexican Coke. It's amazing. But and shouts to Costco for having it all the time. But I just can't buy it anymore. But yeah, shouts to Mexican Coke on Brews Day.
That's it. Between the two of you. Mexican Coke. 2024 with a bang. This will make hit Brews Day history. Thankfully, I have beer for everybody else. Talk about December 26th being one of the worst days. One of the best, December 24th, Christmas Eve. And you know what that day means, gentlemen? That day means the exact name of this beer, and that is One More Sleep. just one more sleep till Santa comes down the
Nice.
chimney. And this is the One More Sleep Imperial Gingerbread Milk Stout by Cinderland's beer company. One of the greatest, one of the best. Gingerbread cookie, Imperial Milk Stout with cold pressed organic ginger juice, Madagascar vanilla bean, and cinnamon infused bourbon barrel aged stout. I mean, it's all of that. It's like drinking a gingerbread cookie with milk and the cinnamon and the spice that comes with it in beautiful stout fashion. 'Tis the season still, time of year. The One More Sleep from Cinderlands. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And a beer.
Well, cheers,
Thanks,
boys.
Dan.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers, boys. Thanks,
You're
Dan, for
welcome,
holding it
everybody.
down. I'll have a brew next week. I promise. I'll have something brewed next week. Promise.
Go.
Well, that's Brews Day. Chris, I know you have to run, so give us your jams so you don't have to, do our whole logging in, logging out situation. So give us the
All
jams.
right.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys the jams. Okay. 3 songs for this week. 2 of them are people that I've recently come across on TikTok. They're the youth, boys. And oftentimes when I see the youth doing music on TikTok, I'm like, no, not for me. But
Yeah.
found 2 that I quite enjoyed. This first one is from this guy. His name's Graham, and he does these videos
Lucas?
where who?
Lucas Graham?
What's
No.
I
I
was
was 7 years. We just talked shit on that song a couple weeks ago. Well, I'm sorry to
No.
interrupt you. Please.
Yeah,
go.
have you heard about this brand new song?
Yeah.
This dude, okay, so what he does on TikTok is he kind of does the oh shit, what's that guy's name? I forget his name. Somebody much more famous does this, but he does these videos where he's at his computer ready to produce a song. His wife is in the background and he's just like, give me a melody. And she gives him a random melody and then he rolls with that. And it says like, okay, give me a beat. And she just does like some random beat and then he programs that into it and they build a song together. This song, I absolutely love it. It's called Cheap Cologne. And if you can there's like a million videos on the song. But it's like really, really catchy. And I don't know, I get hooked into those videos. I wish I could remember the name. Charlie Puth does that all the time on social media. So it's kind of like the videos that he does, but I like this guy's music better. So that's song number 1. Song number 2, Dan, I think you're going to be really into this artist. Her name is Amy Cardi. Okay.
Okay.
And she has this song 2 days into college where like she literally just like wrote it in her dorm room. And it's about being 2 days into college. And she's like 3 lectures behind and like meeting all these people, social anxiety, like doesn't know what to do and like wants to focus on these things, but her friends are telling for her to focus on these things. And it's just like her and a piano. It's very, very good. So I'll put that on the playlist. And then we talked about favorite albums from last week. And I mentioned Honey Creek's album Self-Preservation. Since we talked about it, I went back in to listen to it and can confirm, still absolutely love the album. For whatever reason, dollar signs stuck out to me this time listening through it, because there's a quote in dollar signs where they say something to the effect of it's got like a little angsty chorus in there where they're saying like all the people I didn't like or that didn't like me growing up, like I'm going to show them when I get older. And there's this one lyric in there about like they're going to see me on top of the 30 over 30 list. And I thought that was cool. And I'm, there's been a time in my life where I felt the same way. So we'll put dollar signs on the playlist as well. But yeah, a couple TikTokers this week. I'll be curious to see what you guys think.
I like that. Okay.
Excited to check it out.
And I'm
Good.
about to leave. To leave. And what the first thing I do when I leave here, boys, is Dan, I'm going to send these songs to you because I can't for the life of me remember what the hell I mentioned.
Yeah, that's
on
the
this
new
podcast.
habit for both of you. That's the new thing. I'll
It's
try
all
to
about
my
healthy
best to remind
habits.
you. Yeah, healthy habits 2024.
That's
I
right.
always have to skip to the end of the podcast and listen to myself back to know what I said.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah,
Every
we
time.
have to. Okay, that's the new habit. Right after we're done, you send them right over. No waiting.
Oh my. Well, enjoy, boys. I'm looking forward to listening back and hearing your thoughts on air travel.
Oh, dude. It's going to be fun.
It'll be great. We'll catch you next week, buddy.
Later,
All right,
Chris.
see you boys.
I just jinxed it. There's no way he's coming next week. He'll
Yeah, he's
definitely not be.
definitely not. No, he's definitely not. No, absolutely not. Oh man. All right. So what I'm listening to this week, I did not like this song at first. You did, Dan. The Renee Rapp and
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion song off the Mean Girls soundtrack. Not my fault. I did not like the song at first. Then I heard it another time. Heard it another time. Then I'm like, this is a jam. And I was really disappointed because Renee Rapp is one of my favorites of last year, one of my favorite new artists out right now. And Megan Thee Stallion is one of my favorites. I was bummed, but now that's a jam. I'm ready. Mean Girls musical, the movie. I'm in. Let's go.
Good. There you go. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
good. Yeah. One of my biggest regrets of last year is not seeing Renee Rapp live when she was in Pittsburgh. It was just
you and me both, my friend. You and me both.
Yeah. Huge regret there. But I like it. Good. First one up for me is from a band called Small Pools. They released a single called Night Shift. They're an alt pop trio that's been honestly making music for a long time. You may have been familiar with Small Pools, but it's maybe been a couple of years, and they've still been releasing music, but it hasn't all been like wonderful. I'll be completely blatantly honest with you. But Night Shift is one of their better releases in the past couple of years. They're expecting a new album this year, and it's a great start. If we're gonna get more like Night Shift, then bring it on, Small Pools. Bring it on.
Yes, I'm all for that. Yeah, I like Small Pools, so I'm happy to hear
Yeah.
that they're still doing some stuff, and that's cool.
Yeah.
I am not sure which song I'm gonna put off of this album because it really kind of shocked me and hit me in the face. Omarion put out a new album, and it's very well reviewed, and that's why I listened to it, because all of a sudden it's like Omarion may have put out the best R&B album of 2023, and I was like, oh, are we talking about the right Omarion?
Yeah, right.
Is this another person named Omarion? And he did, and I mean, it is R&B music at its fullest, and Omarion still can sing, and it's good. And not saying this is gonna be some big radio smash or anything like that, but this is people get to a point where it's like, yes, I'm talented, but maybe I'm just not as popular as I used to be, but I'm still putting out music, and that's how it felt this one. And I'm probably gonna put The Usual on the playlist, but yeah, it shocked me this week. So shouts to Omarion.
Wow, shocking indeed. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Jeez, I like it though. Next one up for me, I'm gonna go with Christine and the Queens.
Hey,
probably well known by you and I. Probably been a while since Christine and the Queens have been on the playlist, but Staying Alive, Chris version, and yes, that's Staying Alive.
No,
but not in a way you've heard it before. There's still a recognizable melody there, but they've just really reworked it in a way to their strengths, and it's an interesting take on it. It won't be my favorite song of the year, but if you know Christine and the Queens, you know you're not going to get ordinary. You're going to get a little this, you're going to get a little that, and it's just for a song that's just kind of like historically known, but not known for being great. It's just an interesting curveball take on it. I like it. It's different, so give it a shot.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I like Christine. I like the Queens. I'm a fan.
You'll really like the first 45 seconds.
After
After that, we might lose you, but give it a shot.
Okay. All right. Eladio Carrion, TQMQA. I'm a huge fan of this dude. He had a song called Mbappe that came out last year. I saw him at Coachella last year. That was awesome. He's just super, super good. And this TQMQA song is awesome. So check it out. It's great. Eladio Carrion.
Well said and well pronounced.
Oh, yeah.
Well done.
I'm on it.
Well done. I like that. Last one from me is from The Maine and Mr. Wives, two of my favorite bands. They re-released a track from The Maine, Leavin' 5. It's a great song. And they re-released it from their self-titled album from August of 2023. But of course, now the song's even better because it features Mr. Wives. Hello, do you know your boy Steel City? It's gold right there. It's already a great and really, really catchy song, but this version gives it a new life. Anytime you feature Mr. Wives, it's gonna do it for me. So The Maine, Mr. Wives, Leavin' 5.
Beautiful. And that's what we're listening to. Check out the playlist on Spotify. All right, Dan, let's get into the main menu, man. There has been a lot of things going on planes that sound like movies. I don't know what's weird. So first it started Spirit Airlines put an unaccompanied minor on a flight going to a different place. And then a 16-year-old got on a flight where he was supposed to go to
Cleveland.
Ohio. Yeah, and he ended up in another country. And then this past week, an Alaska Airlines flight had to have an emergency landing because a panel on the plane blew off. And the videos don't even look real. They look fake. They look like there's some kind of stunt happening. But no, no one, thank goodness, this, I guess the seatbelt sign was like on. So everybody was in their seats. Everybody was chilling because obviously someone was just flown out the window. Like the videos you see, like they're all over TikTok. They're all over social media. You can see them. Yeah. What the hell's going on with flights? Late 2023 and now 2024.
Dude, leading up to a Blue Monday, I guess, like Chris said, and that's like a bad travel day. And I mean, it's timing out perfectly for that. A little too weird, right? A little too weird.
Yeah.
Let's start off with the ending up in the wrong city or country stories. Yeah, the 6-year-old gets on a flight from Philly to Fort Myers, ends up in Orlando. Not like way off, but like,
but still,
it's a 6-year-old. It's a 6-year-old. And then, like you mentioned, the other one, a 16-year-old gets on his first flight ever, going from Tampa to Cleveland, and ends up in Puerto Rico. Yes. Like, not even close. Like, not even close. Do you find it ironic or par for the course that of those two stories, one was a Spirit and one was Frontier? I mean, does it make you think twice about those, or you're like, yep, makes sense?
And Daniel Dudley, am somebody who I've had no issues with Spirit. I've never had an issue with Spirit. Listen, Spirit has done me very well. I understand why people, if you don't want to fly Spirit, that's fine. I get it. But yeah, and then Frontier, I haven't flown Frontier, but I know people who fly Frontier and they love Frontier. So like but man, dude, it does not do well for either one of those airlines. But I will say, if unaccompanied minors, that's the thing. They fly all the time. Different people, you have parents that travel a lot. You have parents that are divorced. You got to do things like that a lot. Like, those things happen. So like, I get that. That's not the crazy part of the story. But I don't know if I would trust Spirit with my unaccompanied minor. I just, because I just don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that. And that's just, just putting your 6-year-old on a flight that is, their marketing strategy is no frills. I don't know if I want that for my 6-year-old. Now, my 16-year-old, okay, you can figure it out. You know what I mean? That's fine. But 6, I need some frills, man.
Yeah, I need a little bit of extra insurance to be sure that I get it. You're like 6 years old. Like, I'm gonna pay $300 for a 6-year-old to fly, from Philly to Orlando. But like, you want to make sure they get there unaccompanied.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Time to upgrade, folks. Time to upgrade. But and then the 16-year-old, you're all probably wondering same things that we were wondering. Like, how the hell does this happen? Apparently, they didn't scan his ticket. The 16-year-old, they looked at it and they didn't scan it. He's coming from Tampa. This is a major airport. How aren't they scanning tickets there? Like, I know it's Frontier. It's a very simple process nowadays. This isn't Home Alone 2, where he bumps into the lady at the gate and, oh no, my ticket's in here somewhere. I'll go find an empty seat. Point out your dad. No. Scan the ticket. Beep, beep. Nope. He got in an international flight instead. That's far too easy. That's far too simple for that to happen in what was 2023, now 2024. At a major airport to not scan somebody's ticket.
I just don't understand how that can happen now because of the way that you know where people are sitting it's on your phone. You scan it.
Yeah.
They scan everything. It's not like they take it and they look at it and they're like, all right, seat 27, aisle 4, or whatever. No, that's not how it works anymore. Like, it's scanned. Your thing comes up there. Like, everybody scans. It's
Yeah.
one by one. So did he just walk by? Did they
And
just
on an international flight, they're not scanning tickets?
dude, is it that easy? Should I do that the next time I go somewhere? Should I just try to get on the flight to Puerto Rico just for shits and giggles?
Do you need a passport to fly to Puerto Rico?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe I
Right?
assume
I don't
you
actually
do,
know that.
but that's possibly you might not.
But like, also, I guess that might have been all he had if he was 16,
Dude,
right? I assume this kid can't drive.
I
Let's see.
am
Do you need?
dude.
Let's see. U.S. citizens are welcome to travel to Puerto Rico without a passport. Okay, look,
Okay,
we're learning. The
there you
more
go.
you know. Okay,
Yeah, there you go.
so that loophole, but still, and you're right. How did the seats line up?
Dude, that's what I'm wondering.
That seat
So-
happened to be open on the flight, the same one that was on his ticket, or was it like, hey, there's an empty seat over here because it's a Frontier flight to Puerto Rico? Just sit wherever you want. If
And
this
you
kid
would
had never
think-
flown before, there's no way he just sat down on the plane.
And you would think the flights from Florida to Puerto Rico would be, because he was coming from Florida, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From Florida to Puerto Rico would be kind of full. You would think that would be
You
like,
would think that, yeah.
that wouldn't be like you know what I mean? That would be like, yeah, dude, I'm just lost on this one. I don't get it. It would make more sense for somebody to accidentally get on a flight to Oklahoma than
Right.
it would for Puerto Rico.
Right. And like, I understand the kid has never been on a plane before,
But
and
still,
maybe we don't know enough about him, and maybe there's some other stuff we don't know, but like, every airport in the world has the city that you are flying to on a TV monitor right by the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Like, I get it's a difficult scenario, but this kid's 16. Again, we don't know the whole story. It just that's those two stories alone. We still got to get into this pieces flying off the plane thing, but so many questions in this current age society that I don't understand how it happens. And then,
And
like, in the same week, within the same couple of weeks, right?
Well, and you talked about Home Alone, and one of the funnier things about Home Alone is the reason he doesn't hear it is because he puts his headphones on,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And now, I mean, I will say that I know I have my headphones on. If I'm flying by myself,
Mm-hmm.
my headphones are on the whole time,
Yeah.
unless I'm in the exit row. If I'm in the exit row, I got to take them off for like a second.
Right.
But like, I don't know what the hell they're saying. I just know I'm on the right flight because I looked at the screen. I looked at it, said BC, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Some of these airports, I've been to a lot of airports. It is kind of confusing when there's like, you get to the like end of the thing and it's like gate 8A, gate 8B, gate 8C, and they're all together.
You're right.
And
The
like,
end of the terminals are the worst.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the end of the terminal, and you're just like, it's at a curve, and it's like you're
Mhm.
not really. And I've even been like a little confused. I've never got on the wrong flight, or probably even close to that. But it has been a little confusing. It's like, wait, is that the door to 8B? Is that the door to 8A?
Mhm.
And then like they explain it to you because they know it's kind of confusing,
Right.
and like so maybe that happened, but still, how do you get on the flight?
If you're uncertain and you've
That's
never been on
still
a
the
flight
part that I don't
before
get.
and you're about to hand over the ticket, you say, "Is this the flight to Cleveland?" Right there.
It says it on your thing. It
Right
says
there.
CLE on your thing.
Or like, let's be honest, this kid, again, we don't know the full story. He's going back, his parents are separated. He's going to see his mom in Cleveland for Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, Cleveland in December, not very popular. Maybe he thought, Puerto Rico, hell yes, brother. Let's do it. Maybe like a little free vacay out of this, a little bit of sun, a little bit of alone time. You're 16 years old. I mean, mistake.
Hey, what did Joakim Noah say? Cleveland. It's not like it's a vacation destination or something.
It's all factories. It's all factories. I don't ever hear anybody going to Cleveland on vacation.
Have you? Dude, it's the best clip ever.
Ever.
And I have no beef with Cleveland, but I mean, hey,
It's iconic.
it
It's
is what it
iconic.
is.
Yeah. So we go from Frontier to in Spirit to Alaska Airlines, right?
Yes. Yes.
A reputable airline who
yes.
is getting more and more, continental American flights that aren't just to Alaska, right? Up and down the West Coast. I'm sure you've seen quite a bit of Alaskan flights in your neck of the woods, right?
Oh yeah, like they bought Virgin Airlines. They are, they're one of the top ones. Like there's, there's top ones, the Americans, your United, whatever, but then like Alaska's right there with the ones in the lower tier. So it's like they have a lot of territory. Like Alaska's normal. I've flown Alaska because a lot of shorter flights in California are on Alaska. Like if you're flying to like Mammoth Lakes, which is like big skiing destination or whatever, you're going up there, you're probably flying Alaska. There's like flights that leave like every 30 minutes. Like yeah, but Alaska's a big deal on the West Coast. So yeah.
Yeah. And so then this story comes out where like literally a piece of the airplane comes off in the middle of the flight. Like if you can envision this, if you haven't seen this story or you're terrified to look at it, it's literally a section from like one window to the other window, and that whole square, the whole like where a row would be, like the end of the row, just came out off the plane in the middle of the flight, and people just had to sit there until they could emergency land. I think they went back to Portland or something. It was like Portland to Seattle, something like that. Quick short flight, but I'll say this. In what I envisioned was an extremely terrifying moment, I don't understand the amount of people's desire to pull out their phone and their camera and record themselves. Did you see the people with the oxygen masks on recording them? For what? Folks, if you don't make it, that video is gone. Worthless. Can you not wait until that pops up in your time hop for the rest of your life? Probably the most terrifying day of your life. But you had to selfie video yourself to send it to friends. Like they would want to see that either, to family. No. In terrifying moments like that, put your damn phone down and like focus on your safety and getting off of that plane and the safety of those around you. I don't understand that. I really don't get it. There's a lot of them.
Dude, there's a ton of them. There's a ton of them. And it makes complete sense. It makes complete sense that is the first thing that people thought.
Yep.
Half the people, some people are scared, but most people are like, you know what? I'm going to throw this up on social media as soon as we land, and I'm going viral.
Yep.
The Today Show is going to call me, or Good Morning Cleveland is going to call me, and it's going down. Like Good Morning Seattle is calling me, and we're going to have a ball. It's bizarre, but one thing I will say from this, because my question to you, Dan, after I say this, would this make you never want to fly again? Is that I would definitely fly again, and I don't want to hear people say that flying is dangerous, because nothing looked safer than that flight with everybody with their seatbelts on. Now, if somebody didn't have their seatbelts on, we're having a whole different conversation. We're probably not even talking about it, because then it's serious. But that flight looked smooth with the panel gone.
Yeah.
Everything looked perfectly fine. And I'm like, planes are extremely safe, guys. I don't want to hear anybody being scared about planes at all, because it all looks so calm. That's the one thing about the video, as bizarre as it looks. It's like everybody's chilling.
Yeah.
Like,
and
chilling.
with all you talk about, like it's a scene out of a movie. Like, well, realistically, because of the pressurized situation, if you've ever watched Mythbusters, you don't necessarily just get like sucked out of the airplane. That's not how it works, fortunately. But if you don't have your seatbelt on, there's a chance you head out, right? So you're right. The seatbelt was all of a sudden safe. Would I ever fly again? That's a great question, because I was going to ask you kind of the same thing. Would you get back on another plane that day? Like if you're like, I didn't get to where I needed to go, or like that week? Like, would I ever fly again? I think I would, but I think it would take some time. It would take me probably at least a year minimum. But I mean, all the statistics are out there. It is safer to fly in a plane than it is to drive in a car. But like, I know that's a moment that could like terrify you to your wit's end. But also the chances of that happening again.
dude.
to you are like you're better off winning the Powerball. So like, you know what?
Oh.
It already happened once. It won't happen again.
Yeah. This flight was going from Oregon to Southern California.
Mhm.
Okay, so I gotta tell you, dude, I think I'd drive the rest of the way if that were the case. Now, if I'm flying from LA to Pittsburgh or if I'm flying from LA to Boston,
Yeah.
and it drops off, I'm not driving the rest of the way, but I might have to take a couple days. I just have to like chill and have to
Collect
be like,
yourself a little bit.
yeah,
Maybe
yo,
like
Alaska.
sleep, because I'm sure you don't sleep for a couple of
Yeah.
days after that terrifying nightmare. Maybe catch up on some sleep a little bit before you collect yourself.
Yeah, I'd have to be like, yo, Alaska, you're paying for like 2 nights in, I don't know, wherever the hell we would drop off in Omaha, Nebraska or something. And then I'll fly the rest of the way. Cause I would just need a minute. I would need a minute. If I couldn't drive to my destination, but like, yeah, if they're West Coasting, like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the 12 hours and we're gonna rent the car and we're gonna drive. Cause I would need a day. I'd still fly
Yeah.
again. There's no question. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
the odds of that happening, it just sucks because, yeah, like you said, if you thought you would ever hit Powerball, you lost it. That's your shot. That was your shot. That was your Powerball ticket right there.
Yeah.
Was surviving a panel of a plane coming, a piece of a plane coming off. So like that was your Powerball. So you're lucky in another way. Sorry you didn't win $1 billion, but that's you.
So there's another question. What should Alaskan Airlines give to these people? And not be like, we'll get you to your next destination for free. We'll, pay for your hotel. Like, it's got to be more than that, right? Now, everybody was safe, but like, because then they grounded every one of the same style of planes, just to be sure. But like, what do you think? What do you think is enough for them? Free flights for life? Is that too much, or is that reasonable for what everybody had to go through on that plane?
I think that's it. I think that's the only way you fly Alaska again. Because otherwise, you're just not flying Alaska ever again.
Yeah.
And it's really that simple. I'm flying American, I'm flying Spirit, Frontier, whatever. I'm flying anything other than Alaska again. But if you give those people on that flight, I don't know how many people are on the flight.
Mm-hmm.
If you give those people flights for life, and you don't know how many flights these people are ever going to take, like whatever, that's not a big hit for you, Alaska Airlines. Like you'll just start,
Right.
You'll raise your seat prices by $1 or something, and you'll make all that money back. So you'll do that. You'll be like, oh, check baggage is now $31 for everyone flying Alaska.
Right.
So you'll make all that money back in like a weekend. But I think that's the only way any of those people on that flight would ever fly Alaska again.
For sure.
You're like free flights for the rest of your life. And
at least
I just don't see that.
Yeah, at least insure them as a customer, right? And maybe because maybe they'll make the purchase for your $5 Mexican Coca-Cola on board or something like that. But you have to at least don't lose. You'd lose them. You'd lose them for life.
Fully.
You lose all of them for life if you don't guarantee something like that.
Yeah, because that's simple. It's like, because there might be a couple people on the flight who were completely traumatized and they will never fly again. They're like, I'm never flying ever again, whatever.
Right.
Maybe they live on the West Coast, families on the West Coast. They should never have to do anything again like that. So they're just never going to fly. And I get that, but most of the people on that flight are going to fly again.
Mm-hmm.
And they would just fly something else. And it's really easy to fly something else. So like Alaska, they're going to have to do that. Like everyone's going to get the promo code that just says, doesn't matter where you're going. If Alaska flies you, we'll fly you there for the rest of your life. And that's just it. Like,
we'll get you there.
Yeah, like we're just going to get you there. And it doesn't matter how many times you fly, we're just going to do it. Like, and I think that's honestly what they're going to have to do. Because you just lose people. And it's good, like, it's good PR for them too. Like, and
of course.
Like, this freak accident happened, but like we take care of our people, whatever. And that's because it's one flight. It's one flight of people. Like,
right.
It's one flight of people. You could do that. Yeah.
Oof. Wow. What crazy stories from the air,
dude,
this week.
Crazy stories from the air. God. Well, Dan, this is the Brunch Breakdown. We did it a little backwards this week.
A little bit, a little different.
No music at the end, but Dan, any final thoughts for the Brunch Breakdown today as we get out of here?
I'll tell you what, man, I'm excited for us for 2024.
Same.
Glad to kick things off with you on another week. And again, appreciate everybody that's always been listening, that listens each week or every once in a while. We appreciate you. But there's only one first episode of the year, and if anything we learned, stop buying people cups, play your ukulele more, and just generally allow yourself to be happy this year.
Right. 2024, just be happy. Get on your
That's it.
Pharrell and just be happy in 2024, everybody. That's the Brunch Breakdown. See you next week.